Chapter 1 Crossing. You are listening at famvetv.info. Chapter 001 Crossing. The night was as dark as ink, except for a few insects. At this moment, a mountain forest outside Lanjiang City was quiet. Suddenly, under a bush, two figures flashed past, and a few faint conversations appeared. Dead. Well, I'm out of breath, absolutely dead. Okay, just die, don't delay, let's go. This. The body is not buried. What to bury? There are so many beasts in the mountains. Within a moment, wolves and tigers will come over. By that time, there will be no dead bodies. Oh, in that case, let's go quickly, or it won't be good if the Qin family finds out. Go. With a few rustling sounds, two sneaky figures came out of a lush grass. After looking around for a while, the two sneaky figures, seeing that there was no one around, shuffled and disappeared into the vast night. The place where the two people left, there was a person wearing a splendid cotton robe, lying quietly on the ground. The pale face and the lifeless complexion showed that this person had been dead for a long time. It's a pity, it's just a pity to look at the person's appearance, that is, about 14 or 15 years old, still a little boy, just died like this, what a pity. But at this moment, suddenly, a small spatial crack suddenly appeared above the young boy's corpse. Then, a gloomy light shot out from the crack, directly fell on the young boy's corpse, and finally merged into it. Then, the space rift disappeared, and a strange scene happened. The young boy who had already cut off his vitality suddenly shook, and his whole body shook unconsciously. Quick, master is here. Suddenly there was an exclamation in the distance, and then several dark shadows flew quickly. Blue River City, Qin family. At this moment, in a luxurious room of the Qin family, a 14.5-year-old boy was lying on a big bed, and he seemed to have passed out completely. A few doctors in Lanjiang City, and an elderly man in 60s, were looking anxiously at the unconscious young man. How's it going? After several doctors had examined Qin Xiaofeng, the old man in 60s asked eagerly. But when he asked, the faces of the doctors hesitated. Seeing this, the 60th old man's face sank slightly, and he had some bad feelings in his heart. Say. This time, the doctors did not remain silent again, and one of the elderly doctors spoke up. Old Qin, young master's life is no longer a serious problem, but... After hesitating, the old doctor sighed softly, but young master's cultivation has been abolished, even his dantian all have been severely damaged. I am afraid that there is no possibility of recovery. Tsang Dang, hearing what the old doctor said, the old man in 60th didn't stand firm and almost fell to the ground. His face became paler and his piercing eyes also dimmed in an instant, and became a little more muddy. Long time no words. After the doctor left, the old man looked at the young boy on the bed for a while. His face was full of sadness and heartache, but these sorrows and heartaches all disappeared soon. Is it clear? As soon as he walked out of the door, the 60th old man's face was cold, and his eyes flashed with killing intent. With a cold light, and an indescribable majesty burst out of that old body. When the 60th old man spoke, there was no one else around him. He seemed to be speaking into the air, but as soon as he finished speaking, a dark place beside him swung lightly, and a strange figure appeared. Clear, it was the young master of the Zhang family who bought the two villains from the Wu brothers. A voice without human expression came from the dark shadow. This made the 60th elder's eyes narrowed slightly, and the chill radiating from his body was even more terrifying. Zhang family. What a Zhang family? The 60th old man said coldly, where is the one who does it? The two brothers of the Wu family were caught and locked up in the dungeon, but the Zhang family didn't have your instructions from the old man. We didn't do it. Very good. The killing intent flashed in his eyes, but finally the 60th old man remembered something. He paused, and then said, after the interrogation, I leave it to Fenger to deal with. As for the Zhang family. Although the 60th old man didn't say anything in the end, his killing intent was even more obvious. Listen to the full novel at famvetv.info, direct link in the description.